Well, here's cheese.
I'm going to start getting sick.
Cheese.
Today is day 1 of making cheese from the human vaginal ecosystem. One of the primary genera of bacteria living in the vaginal ecosystem is called lactobacillus, and that is actually the bacteria that is used to create starter cultures for foods such as cheese and yogurt and other dairy products. So today we're going to grow some of our own lactobacilli on a nutrient agar plate, and hopefully later we'll be able to isolate those colonies and use our own bacteria to create a starter culture for our own cheese. So we used these sterile swabs to get our own samples.
I'm trying
I'm sure you can imagine how we did that. But we are now smearing them all over the nutrient agar that's in the Petri dishes. The nutrient agar is basically a broth that's suspended in a jello-like substance, and that's what's going to give the bacteria the nutrients that it needs to grow while it incubates.
Soup.
We try to keep everything as clean as possible, using gloves, wiping everything down, washing our hands. We don't want anything nasty growing in our kitchen. We don't really have a big fancy lab we can work out of, so this will have to do for now. We tape over our plates just to make sure that if they do fall or get dropped or anything, they don't fly open and get contaminated or contaminate anything around them. And then we label them with the date and whose they are. So after these plates have incubated for a while and we can find some visible colonies, we will isolate them on a second plate using a 3-way swab technique.
Pussy bacteria grow colonies.
I don't have an incubator that we'll be able to use to keep these plates warm and toasty, but we do have an empty mini fridge. It's not going to be kept at 37 degrees Celsius, but it will be slightly warmer than room temperature. So hopefully it should only take just a little bit longer than it would in a normal incubator. I'm really excited to see how this goes, so stay tuned for more.
We'll have to check back in on this. Could you imagine the fur cheeseburger?
Is this satire?
No, they're literally doing it. Like you can say, they walked through it. Ugh,
this is disgusting. And this woman in the background, that blonde there, she looks so psycho.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's got the 1,000 Kiyaka stare.
Wow.
But not to be outdone by these ladies, I decided that I was going to throw together my own personal toxic top 10 list of cooter cheeses. So let's give it a shot. Here we go. Toxic top 10 in the house. Number 10, fishy feta. Number 9, you're going to hate me for this one, tampon string cheese. Number 8, Monterey crack.
Okay.
Number 7, cream pie cheese. Number 6, Poon Parmesan. Number 5, vaginal Velveeta.
Oh my God. Great.
Number 4, Muff Munster. Number 3, Gunt Gouda. Number 2, raw dog ricotta. And number 1, gonorrhea gorgonzola. Play me off, Paul. All available at your next charcuterie. And of course, if you really like the cheese, you can make some, queef quiche.
Oh my God, that was great. That's some good comedy work right there.
Oh, thank you very much.
I like it.
Had a little help from Jimmy Bones. Thank you very much, Jimmy, for helping me put together this list. And my wife as well came up with one. She came up with raw dog ricotta, and I really enjoyed that one. So thank you.
Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious.
And just reminded me about gorgonzola. I was like, gonorrhea gorgonzola. That's genius.
Okay.
Quite disgusting. Oh, but it doesn't end there. It doesn't end with cheese, unfortunately. We've actually touched on this before, but it bears repeating. Everyone's favorite streamer, ASMR streamer.
Oh, God.
Amaranth is getting a beer made with her vaginal yeast. They'll probably drink it, she says.
No.
I love this. At Yeast, it's all natural. It's a Polish beer company called Order of the Yonis is adding her special ingredient to their beer.
Now, is that a picture of her right there?
Yes, this is her right there.
All right. Now, right now, she looks top notch. 30 years, 40 years from now, you still want to be tamping into that yeast veg crap there? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, considering how much money she spent on plastic surgery, it would be unfortunate if she didn't look top notch.
Correct.
Ugh. It's hilarious. People will buy it for sure, she says. I don't know if they'll actually drink it. I mean, they'll probably drink it. The Twitch influencer has an itch that her vaginal yeast additive will give the beer a creamy but sweet taste.
Oh my God.
That's disgusting.
Nauseous. I'm getting a lump of vomit.
I didn't realize this was a Texas woman. It's just horrendous. She resides in Houston. She admitted that she had to pap smear herself before handing her smear sample to the gynecologist.
Oh my God.
They're taken to a laboratory where the bacteria is isolated, cleaned, analyzed, and multiplied. So essentially what the girls were doing with the mini fridge and the Petri dishes for their own yeasticles. The wicked witch of the yeast has really come back to haunt me. Donut Guard says cottage cheese. I like that one. Oh.
Yeah, that yeasticles, that's going in the book.
Oh, and it gets worse. How about some bread for your fur cheeseburger?
God, man.
Feminist blogger. This is maybe the earliest known case. This is from 2015.
Yeah, we started talking about this back then.
A feminist blogger uses her yeast to make sourdough bread, causes uproar as social media users find her baking experiment hard to stomach. Zoe Stavry, who it's nearly impossible to find a photo of. Gee, I wonder why. She blogs as Another Angry Woman. Where we all know where angry women end up.
Yep.
She found herself suffering from a yeast infection, made the unusual decision to use the unwanted bodily fluid as an ingredient for making bread.
Well, first of all, you got to turn the conga line of penis off.
Yeah,
you won't get all of these infections.
I doubt she has a conga line of cock going for her. Just judging from what I was able to find of her, she's below average.
But women, you and I both know
she'll still have a higher body count than other dudes who rate the same. But
women only have to say yes. There's always somebody out there willing.
Yeah, you're true. True story.
I mean, they'll scratch and sniff that shit so quick.
People are going crazy in the chat, coming up with the new cheeses. What did Jimmy just say here? Labia Limburger. I love this. Stavry, who admits to having a slightly perverse sense of humor and a keenly scientific mind. Okay, Zoe, baby, if you had a keenly scientific mind, you wouldn't be a feminist, because having a scientific mind involves acknowledging reality. And anyone who believes in a wage gap or making bread out of their yeast infection,
good luck.
No, it doesn't really work out well for you. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to go the big fuck off.
Yeah, you have a keenly scientific mind the same way Fauci has a keenly scientific mind.
Wow.
This is just all really disturbing.
Yes, it is. Using a sex aid to retrieve the yeast from her vahuha, she used it as a base ingredient for sourdough, a loaf which often takes several days for the starter dough to ferment.
Oh my God.
I love the comments here. Madness on display. #sickening. There's something seriously wrong with you. I'm going to be sick. Have you thought about approaching Dragon's Den? I'm considering never eating bread again. One user said, I think you're confusing mental illness with feminism. Aren't they the same?
Well,
yeah,
my opinion.
Holy shit. Oh man. I mean you get a sourdough, fur burger bun, you get a nice slice of Grunt Gouda, put it on top of the fur burger.
The labia Limburger. The gonorrhea Gouda.
Gonorrhea Gouda. And then sprinkle it, of course, with some special shit. Just for seasoning. Actually, knowing these ladies, they might use actual shit for seasoning.
Oh my God.
Oh, you gotta appreciate the bouquet. Oh God. Anybody else
I'm
not
starting to get
hungry
like,
at all?
nauseous here.
Anyone
is
else
terrible.
not hungry at all?
I'm glad I ate earlier.
I know, me too.
This is so like, just I'm scared. I'm scared.
It's just quite horrendous. I'm not done.
Oh no, we got more.
Oh,
You want some cinnamon rolls, Pop?
No.
I made
I
cinnamon and I have to say, they turned out
Is that-
pretty
it can't be
damn
real.
good. These are actually what I gave my husband for Valentine's Day. It's cinnamon rolls made from not only the yeast for my yeast infection, but also my breast milk. So it's like really natural. And when he tried it, he noticed immediately that they tasted a little different than they normally do when I make him cinnamon rolls. And he was like, "What do you do differently? It's really good." And I said, "Actually, it's my yeast infection and breast milk, you know." One thing I will say is they taste like almost like sourdough.
Oh,
Like they're a little more sour than like a normal cinnamon roll would be. And I think that's due to it being like yeast from my body. But overall,
oh
I mean,
God.
they're good. He likes them.
He likes them.
He did say they were different, but like not in a bad way.
Oh,
Not in a bad way.
that's nasty.
All right.
This is so disgusting.
Now, I love you guys.
How did
No
you
homo.
talk me into sitting in on this?
I'm just saying, I love you guys. No homo. I'm going to give you a little bit of relief,
Okay.
if I may.
All right.
Thankfully, this last chick with the cinnamon rolls is satire.
Okay.
all right.
And it's actually kind of genius. Now, I first heard about this woman because that story about the woman who sued her parents for not consulting her about being born. I was like, there's no way that a court would side with this woman. But, I kept hearing about it. And her whole idea behind this account, which is labeled very clearly as satire, because you go down to, I want to say it was in here earlier when I was looking at it. I don't know why it's not. But it's clearly marked that her account is satire. Her bio reads satire, so her posts are usually for entertainment purposes. Now, the reason why she does it is because she thinks it's fascinating that people will just share shit willy-nilly without confirming any of the facts in it. And she actually studies the analytics and demographics of people who share her videos out to see who's sharing it seriously. You know what? In current year,
I share a lot of crazy stuff that I don't confirm it. I'm like, that looks terrible.
well, I mean, if it's entertaining, if it's just for entertainment, cool.
Yeah.
But thank God there is not someone out there who actually wants to sue their parents for being born. And she even took it to the next level. She followed it up after it got news attention, and she was like, well, yeah, I know that I have kids, but I consulted a medium so that I could talk with their spirits before I birthed them. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Also, let's put out the announcement that our videos are basically demonetized.
Oh,
So any donations you throw at us go a long way to keep the show going. I'm just putting it out there.
And we appreciate every single one of them. We got some other good ones in here. Drew Lone Star says, have you guys seen the Google AI generated images? We were just talking about
we just
that.
talked about
They are hilarious. Yeah. It's like, yeah, colonial woman with Indian, and she's like black.
I'm sure that did happen.
Black redheads. Yeah, that's AI really knows how that works out, don't they?
It's like, how do you even get angry at something just so freaking ridiculous?
I know.
Mhm.
It's just, it's off the chain, man. Current year is, and it's just, every time I think we can't possibly get worse,
There we go.
something
We're on
else happens.
Race to the bottom of the barrel. Who can be the most debaucherous?
Yeah, like a few years ago, it was the bodybuilder who married the sex doll, and then cheated on it while he was out for repairs.
Yeah, that can't be real.
And now we got fishy feta and gunt gouda, whatever the hell it is they're making.
Cootie juices on the dishes.
Cootie juices are your dishes.
God
Eat up, dude.
Damn.
Ugh.
That is so disgusting.
Fan
I
art.
would be pissed if a roommate did some shit like that. I would probably I'd be throwing things. I'm just saying. I'd like,
At least they put it in a fridge that wasn't in use. If I went to like grab actual cream cheese to like have a morning bagel, and I found a petri dish full of somebody's festering yeast infection, I would be pissed.
There's going to be a problem. I would probably leave.
Here's a funny story right here.
Oh, okay.
When my kids were young, and my ex-wife used to breastfeed, she'd do the breast pumping thing.
Oh yeah.
And I would open the fridge, and there'd be like just all of these little bottles of titty milk, and I couldn't eat anything in the fridge. I'd be like, I'd open up.
There's nothing wrong with the
I'm
titty
ordering
milk.
a pizza. I can't eat that. Anything stored in that box, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I can't do it, man. Can't do it.
I couldn't do it.
Well, it's just titty milk. We all drank it as kids. Well, most of us.
I
know that they went through a phase in like the 60s and 70s, you know, where they were pushing the formula really hard. And then, you know, that they miraculously discovered the benefits of breastfeeding. No, it totally wasn't a marketing thing to get these companies off the ground. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, this ought to be good here. We got some great ones in the chat from Fan I Am. Combine breast milk and you can call it blue vein boob cheese. Or blue cheese, BLEW. Know what I mean? Mighty Mouse Malibu. I seriously regret waiting to make dinner for the Thursday vaginal discharge stream. Thanks, you best. We aim to please. Dylan Shardings and 22 and thank you. He says, God gave us teeth. Please don't give diseased bread. Ancient Sanskrit, Aryan, Lithuanian, Persian, ancient truth.
God damn.
Donut Guard. Chicks making beer. We'll call it Cuntweiser.
I gotta write that.
So wrong on so many levels. I don't even want to know what they're going to do next. I would rather eat the bugs than eat the vaginal cheese, the vaginal Velveeta. It's just my personal
First of
preference.
all, with what women are doing today, by the time they're like 30, they've been exposed to like probably thousands of germs from all of the sexual partners, because each sexual partner brings germs and nastiness from all the ones that he did.
It's a whole different cocktail, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We are dirty.
Yeah, we are dirty, man.
Yeah,
We're dirty.
I mean, just like the infections that people can get if they get bitten by a human. Like you'd rather get bit by a dog.
That's actually true.
Ugh. We are quite nasty, nasty people.
No, we had a guy in the barracks got into a fight, you know, at the Madigan Club. He got bit in the arm twice, and he's like, "I'll be fine."
It'll be fine.
3 days later, it was this big. He had cellulitis with that. You know, it's really bad when you get the pink tracks that run up your arm.
That's really bad. It's blood infection.
Yeah, it was starting to turn to that. He had to go right to the Madigan.
Damn.
Get IV antibiotics, and I believe he got a company grade Article 15.
Man.
And he got it for not, seeking proper medical treatment.
Well, yeah.
Needed. So they didn't take rank or money, but he had to do extra duty for 15 days. Dumbass work, yeah.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporters Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.